going from Thailand to the UK, nothing's the same. It was very poor, you know. So I just watched all my friends eat and I'm licking my lips like, I wish I had McDonald's. I never looked at myself as a model, you know. So a woman came over to me, have you ever considered doing a bit of modelling? I actually threw the card in the bin. Called me later, was like, oh, we'd love to sign you for a 2-year contract. And then,
Sawadee Krap Kon Lao. Introduce yourself,ได้ไหมครับ
So my name's Zach and I'm from Thailand originally, but I live in the UK, in Manchester. And I've been living there for over 15 years now, but my plan is to move back to Thailand one day. But I say Sawadee Krap Kon Lao is because my dad is Lao. He's no longer here with us, RIP. But yeah.
So you're half Thai, half Lao?
Yes.
What's that like growing up in the UK?
I grew up in Thailand actually for 10 years and then I moved to the UK. But life in the UK was quite difficult, you know. Imagine going to a country where you don't speak a word of their language. I can imagine that was for you. Like when you first came to Thailand, did you understand anything?
Nothing.
It was weird, right?
Yeah.
Going from Thailand to the UK, nothing's the same, you know.
Yeah.
อย่างบ่เป็นคือกันเด้รู้ปะ
ทุกคนเป็นฝรั่ง
ครับ So you know, there's a lot of racism, you know, just getting everything taken away from you, having all your friends in Thailand, having your family in Thailand, and going to a total strange, different planet, basically, and not knowing a single person or a single word. So it's quite difficult, yeah.
What age did you move to the UK?
I think roughly around 9, 10 or 11.
And you said there was like some bullies, right?
Yeah,
What would they
yeah.
bully you about?
Just being in a school because I was not able to speak their language in an area where it was heavily white. I was actually the only Southeast Asian guy in my class. You know, there was Indians, there was Pakistanis, there was, you know, all that type of there, but they all spoke English and I grew up there. And a lot of times the kids didn't want to play with me because I couldn't speak English. My mum was like, come to the UK, it's going to be so nice. And I got there, everyone was just know what to sit with me. Every time they was playing football, I was like, can I play? And they were like, no, you cannot play with us. I just sat there like, okay, this is fun.
What age did you start to pick up English then?
I didn't pick up English till I was about 14 or 15, you know. I started like watching like YouTube videos, watching movies, subtitles, and I listened to a lot of audio. I actually came out of school with 0 GCSEs.
But did you try?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. In my head, I felt like I didn't want to be there, so it was hard trying something where you didn't want to be, you know?
But you're doing all right now, you're an international model. Right?
Yeah. So I'm currently in Thailand. I was actually supposed to come here for a holiday, but I ended up extending because an agency signed me out here. And, you know, I love Thailand, I love my people, and when I'm in Thailand, I actually feel at home and at peace. And I hope one day I can move back here again soon. Yeah. Hopefully, we will see.
What would you say like the differences between like the UK and Thailand?
The people, the food, the weather. I think everything, you know, like I can't say bad things about the UK or for everything because I feel like he has great opportunities. Some people are really nice over there, but the vast majority, everyone just seems as miserable. I don't think it's because them as a person are miserable. I think it's the environment. Cost of living is so expensive. The sky is always grey. There's no colour. And everyone just seems like they're having a hard time over there. And over here, everyone's, you know, smiling, happy. Even the poor people here are quite happy, you know. Like, obviously, you don't see the crazy things that's going on in Thailand, but everywhere you look, everyone's always smiling, everyone's on that kind and stuff. And, you know, you go eat a pad kapow or some damn... In the UK, that costs you like £20 for a rice and chicken. And in Thailand, you can buy for 60 baht, 60 baht. You don't get, มันเป็นประมาณ 4,000 อยู่นี่กินมันดีเพราะมันบ่เป็นแพงไปyou don't get ต้องกินอยู่แค่ทุกมื้อถ้ากินอยู่ข้างนอก 5,000 6,000 บ่อยากออกไปข้างนอกเลย
Then like special occasion.
So when I was growing up, I see a lot of people, you know, they really want materialistic things. I've seen a lot of them like save up their paychecks just to buy like a Louis bag, Balenciaga t-shirt or whatever. And growing up, I always thought that was a cool thing. And then as I got older, I realised those things don't really matter. When I got a good job, I saved up, I brought like a nice Louis Vuitton bag, like Balenciaga shoes. But before I came to Thailand, I actually sold them all. And being here has actually made me open my eyes to realise like you can have a bag from the supermarket and they do exactly the same thing. Yeah. Like you can put your stuff in there, whatever. But I understand if you work hard, you really want nice things. I get it. To me, like as I got older, I feel like those things don't really matter. But the only thing I enjoy spending money on, and I don't mind spending money on it, is food. Because I feel like food is something I enjoy, and I don't mind spending money on food. So when people say, "Why are you always eating out, Zach?" It's because I love food, you know. I don't love nice things no more. I love food.
You said like you sold all like your bags, your designer stuff. What was the reason for doing that?
It's because I realised they have no purpose for me. They don't serve anything. When I had all those nice things, I didn't want to wear it all the time because I was scared I was going to damage it or I was going to lose its value or whatever. And then in my head I was like, why am I spending so much money on these stupid things when I don't even want to wear it? Now I don't really care, you know. I would go to the supermarket, I buy clothes like, this is from Primark, it cost me like £5, you know, like I don't really.
good.
Also, if you've got style, it doesn't matter what you wear, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another story is like, I enjoy eating out is because growing up, it was very poor, you know. A lot of the times, they'll sit down and eat, and I had no money, and they always say to me like, Zach, why are you not eating anything? Oh, I said I'm not hungry, but truthfully, I was very hungry, but I just couldn't afford to buy McDonald's. So I just watch all my friends eat, and I'm licking my lips like, I wish I had McDonald's.
Did you try and be a cowboy and steal some of their food?
No. They always asked, they offered, but I just said I'm not hungry.
Oh.
I just wish I had money to buy McDonald's or money to buy food, you know. So now I don't have a lot of money, but I have money to buy food. So when I do go out there to the restaurants, I sit there and I like to enjoy my food because I think about the times I couldn't afford the food.
And was it like a similar situation for like your family too?
You know, we grew up in a very poor part of Thailand. ร้อยเอ็ดรู้ปะ You know บ่มีหยังเลยมีแต่คนเฒ่ากินเหล้ากินเบียร์มีแต่คนนอนหลับทุกมื้อบ่มีคนเฮ็ดงานบ่มีเงินบ่มีหยังเลยมีแต่ buffalo กับข้าวซ้ำนี่รู้ปะ So you know where I grew up in Royet there was nothing. Everyone was really poor. And then I went to the UK. My mum had 2 jobs. You know, she's working like 12 hours a day just to keep the food on the table for me, my brothers and sisters. I lost my dad at a young age. We didn't really have that male role model in the family. So I had to step up and be that male role model. But it was really difficult because, you know, I came out of school with 0 grades, 0 GCSEs. So I had to find a way to take care of my family, but I didn't know how to. So I just got jobs everywhere. I would apply for any jobs, doing newspaper, working in restaurants, working at bars, just anything that could get money. And one day I was at a festival in the UK. We love to rave, you know. And a woman came over to me with a card like, hey, you know, you got a really cool look. Have you ever considered doing a bit of modelling? I never looked at myself as a model, you know, so I was like, no, not really. She went, well, here's the card. I actually threw the card in the bin. And my friend was like, what was that all about? I was like, oh, she was talking about modelling. And we both just started laughing because that sort of stuff we don't really think of, you know. And a few months down the line, I was actually shopping in a supermarket. Another woman approached me with another modelling card. It's like, hey. And then I actually looked at it. I put it in my pocket this time. I did not throw it. And at the time I was working in a call centre, like doing sales. If you've done sales before, you can understand it's very hard work. You know, everyone's always telling you to F off, I don't want to buy anything. I just sat there one day and thought, you know what, that's the second person who's approached me for modelling. Maybe I should consider it. I can't lose anything, right? I can only gain from it. So I rang them up, emailed them, said, hey, you know, you gave me this card a few months ago. So they was like, oh, can you send us some selfies? I was like, I didn't even know how to take a selfie, bro. Like, my picture on my Instagram was just donuts and like supercars from Tokyo Drift. You know, like, you know, when you first get social media, my newsfeed was just like Tupac, Biggie Smalls, just random shit, you know? Yeah, I sent the selfie through. They said, let's go for a meeting. I went in there, they took some professional pictures. And literally, as soon as I left, they called me later, was like, oh, we'd love to sign you for a 2-year contract. And ever since then, you know, thank God, life's been okay.
Yeah. What was it like being like a Tao Lao model in the UK?
I always went to like interviews and like castings, as we call it. There were so many handsome guys and, you know, so many good-looking girls. I've never been around good-looking guys or girls like that, you know. I'm not saying all my friends are ugly, by the way. But it was very like nerve-wracking and it's very like scary because in your head you feel like you ain't got a chance against these people. But then as I got more into it and got more confident in front of the camera, I realised it's not about your looks all the time, it's about personality and it's about being different. And if you believe that, you know, you can achieve anything by being different, you can do it. It was hard at first, but now, like, me being Thai and Lao, it's actually gave me an advantage in the UK. That's what gets me all the jobs because I'm different.
Is there a lot of like Thai models in the UK?
Yeah. So in Thailand, I have a friend called Unya. There's also a friend called Mike. I have a few friends who are Thai, not just Thai, Asian as well, you know, Southeast Asian, and they're killing it out there because in the UK, it's, people complain about the weather, it's a shithole like I just did, but they actually love the diversity, you know, being different, trying to make everybody the same now, which is nice. But in being in Thailand though, it's been a bit difficult for me.
Everyone looks like you.
No one looks like me in Thailand.
I mean, like, we're all Asian.
Yeah, of course, we're all Asian, we all look the same, that's what people say. But like in Thailand, like in the modelling game and in like, you know, the content side of things, or the interviews and castings we go to, everyone's like quite handsome, but like they're very soft looking, like very K-pop looking, that's the word. Yeah. There's no Isaan people, like castings I've been to, everybody kind of looks like you.
Really?
Yeah.
But in the UK, this would not be a good look, right?
No, it's fine.
Oh,
it's okay because it's different still. But here, everybody looks like you. There's no one who looks like me.
Really?
In the UK, there's a bit of everything. Here, everyone's, not in that way, but everyone's pale and like has long hair, has a sweet smile. Because I was really confused because when I first got here, I was looking at all, you know, the billboards
Yeah, yeah.
and like all the TV adverts. Everyone's like K-pop looking.
Yeah.
They look super cool, but like there's no Isaan people on their board. There's no darker skin people. Speaking to my agent about it, they said, you know, people with darker skin, they work at a farm, and people with like nice skin like yours, they work in nice offices and nice environment. So people like me, they look like farmers. So a lot of brands don't want to put dark skinned people in their brand. But I came here to change that.
Yeah.
And my agency said, you know, I got popular doing modelling. A lot of more Isaan people are coming forward trying to model. Because at first they didn't want to model because they were scared that, you know, they're too dark or the skin colour wasn't nice. But since I've took a step up, a lot of people have messaged me and looked up to me and they're like, oh, I have Isaan skin colour, I have dark skin colour, I'm from the north, I never knew you could be a model. Doesn't matter what skin colour you are, you can do it, you know?
Yeah. Do you feel like more motivated to like do better here then?
Yeah,
you want to be
100%.
like the face of darker skinned people here.
Yeah, not just necessarily darker skin people, but Isaan people, you
Isaan
know?
people.
Lao people. Because people have messaged me in the past, be like, you know, I've got dark skin colour, my skin colour is too dark to model. And in my head, I'm so confused. I'm like, you're beautiful though.
Yeah.
You're good looking.
Because in the UK, people go to sunbeds just to get a tan, right?
Yeah.
But here, they're like trying to avoid it.
Yeah, like when I came to here, right, I was sat down taking my top off, you know, sunbathing, and I see all the Thai people running around, umbrellas, running away from the sun. Why are you hiding from the sun? The sun is what makes this country so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like, you always want what you can't have, you know?
Yeah.
Like white people, they want to be dark because they can't have it. Dark people want to be light because they can't have it. So it's, but I feel like if you embrace the darker skin colour here a bit more, maybe people would not be scared of the sun so much. A lot of like face cream, it's always reading to me, your skin lighter, to me your skin whiter.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would I want to do that? Nothing wrong with that, but like, this is me.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Does that annoy you at all?
It doesn't annoy me necessarily because it's what the people want, and you know, I'm not trying to judge the culture because it's my culture, because I'm Thai.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm just like, it makes me a bit upset why are people trying to change their appearances just to be accepted, you know? But apart from that, like, you know, I love my people.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's okay to be dark.
You said you love Thailand because of the people, right? What is it about the people that you love?
I think it's just because they're a bit more open-minded to certain things. You know, they're a bit more welcoming in certain places and certain areas. It's like us now, for example, we're doing this video, right, in a restaurant somewhere. In the UK, you actually need permission to do everything. Like, you cannot walk around and do this, do that. In Thailand, I feel like there's more freedom to anything you can do here. I think the people who have moved from different countries, who have come to Thailand, they'll understand what I'm talking about. In Thailand, I think people, they like to give you the freedom to do things. Thai people, they love to smile. They're always saying they're happy, and you know, you can speak to them on a level, and it's nice. In the UK, sometimes you might smile at someone, they might be like, what the fuck are you smiling at? you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm smiling there because it's, if you smile at the world will smile back at you. But that's not always the case in the UK. You smile at people think you're weird.
You've also got quite a positive attitude. You've got like a very bubbly personality. Where did you get that from?
I think it's from my mum and my culture, you know. My mum always told me, like, regardless what you're going through in life, you should always try to be happy. It doesn't matter if you're poor or rich. Just try to smile, because the more you smile, the more happy the world will seem to you, you know? So I've not always been like this. I feel like growing up, like I said, I had such a negative childhood. I went through a lot of traumas, a lot of like violence, a lot of abuse, but like I weren't always the happy person growing up. I think I've been so sad for so long, it's time for me to be happy, you know? Once you start to look for the small things in life, to be happy for the small things in life, I think like that's what makes me happy. I wanted a Louis bag, I wanted the nice cars, I wanted the McDonald's, but now I don't want those things, I don't care about those things. I want health and happiness and happy family and happy people, and that's what makes me happy. Yeah.
You seem quite close to your mum. Do you want to like share a bit more about like your relationship with her?
I don't mind, I can share it. My mum, she's been one of those women, you know, she's been incredible to me and my siblings. She's been like a single mum all her life pretty much. She's taken care of all three of us. When I was a little kid, I used to look at my mum like with so much motivation and inspiration, because in my head I feel like you're just one person doing so much. Like, how can you do this? You never rest, you never sleep, you never eat. And in my head I said, Mum, one day I'm gonna, you know, look after you and repay for you. And you know, she used to say to me, Zach, how are you gonna look after me? You can't even afford a McDonald's. I said to my mum when I was 17, you know, I said, Mum, one day I promise you I'm gonna build you a house, I'm gonna buy you all the nice things you want, I'm gonna retire you, and you know, 28 years later, I built her a house in her village where we grew up.
That's so sick, man.
But yeah, it's in Rayat. But she still doesn't want to retire. Although she's worked all her life and she can't hardly walk anymore. I said, what are you going back to the UK for? Oh, to work, to get more money. She just loves working. She's just one of those women who doesn't like sitting around, and she loves to work. She works at everything, you know. She works at massage parlours, she works as the receptionist, she works as a chef in a Thai restaurant in the UK. So, you know, any jobs that's available to her, she would do it, you know. Whether that's cleaning job, mopping the floor in a restaurant, picking and packing, she doesn't care as long as she works. She just loves to work, you know, and she's the one who motivates me, and that's why we're so close.
แม่ชื่ออะไรครับ
ตัวชื่อแม่เป็นมณี but you can call it Baon.
ป้าออน
Everyone in Thailand calls it Baon.
แม่ป้าออนสู้ๆเก่งมากครับ
ครับ
แล้วก็ลูกชายก็น่ารัก
The thing is, right, he's speaking Thai and I'm Thai, and it's weird because I don't really understand Thai. I only speak Isaan. เขาบอกไทยบ่ได้แหมเขามา Thailand คนไทยว่าน้ำข่อยเพิ่นว่าแซกว่าไทยได้บ่เขาว่าบ่ได้บ่แต่อีสานเบิ่งข่อยว่าเอ้าเบิ่งนี่ว่าอีหยังวะมึงว่าหยังรู้บ่เขาบ่รู้บ่แต่อีสานได้บ่ไทยบ่ได้ขอโทษแต่คนไทย
But do Thai people understand what you're saying คนไทยฟังได้ใช่ไหม
ได้บางเทีคนไทยฟังได้อยู่
ฟังได้
บางเทีฟังบ่ได้ต้องฟังดีๆไหมอ้าวบอกนี่ว่าหยังบอกนี่ว่าหยังโอ้บางสิบ่รู้อยู่ Yeah, sometimes they understand me, sometimes they don't, because a lot of the Thai people, they understand Isaan, you know, because it's a very similar language. It's kind of weird because it's the same country. One lives on north, one lives on south, and it's two totally different languages. Like, all my friends always ask me like, you're Thai, why don't you speak Thai? I'm just like, it's very hard to explain, you know, to people who don't understand what Isaan and Thai is. Yeah, you speak Isaan, what Isaan ได้ปะ
สบายดีบ่
สบายดีอยู่
สับพิลี
Well, yeah, your Thai is very good.
ได้อยู่
Your Thai is better than mine. พวกนี้บอกไทยเก่งๆรู้ปะบอกไทยดีมันบอกแต่มาไทยแลนด์1 ปีซื่อๆ1 ปีเครื่องอะไรมันปะบอกไทยเก่ง
ผมรักไทยนะครับ
ๆผมรักไทยปะโอเค Okay, Mike. Why do you like Thailand so much?
ผู้หญิง
ผู้หญิงแล้ว
คนไทยก็
มั
น่าก รักครับ
มักผู้หญิงคือกันตัวมักเข่าหลายก่อนอยู่หรอปะเขามักไทยแลนด์พวกนี้มักแต่ผู้หญิงเขามักเข่า
Alright ไม่เข้าใจคนลาว translate ได้ไหมครับ We've like said all the good things about Thailand. Is there anything you dislike about Thailand?
It's kind of weird because it's happening in front of us right now. I see a lot of older guys with younger girls. In my head, I'm just like, you know, that's very sad because, you know, they just need help and they're using them as like an advantage, whatever. But at the same time, if they're happy, they're happy. I'm not judging. But as I got older though, I kind of understand it, why it happens. Because in the UK or anywhere in Europe, all the old people, they look so miserable in their own country. When you get to a certain age in the UK, people just sit in pubs or sit in like parks or walk the dogs and they look so sad and miserable. And when they can come to Thailand and have a young, beautiful women and buy beers for like £1 and like eat cheap food for like £1, in my head, like, okay, why not? But when I was younger, I used to look at it as a negative thing, you know? I'm getting older now. So maybe soon you might see me with a younger girl. Oh yeah, sometimes it can be too hot. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe because I've been living in England for too long. Some days in Thailand, ฮ้อนรู้ปะย่างออกไปข้างนอกบ่ได้ย่างไปทางดินย่างไปบ่ได้ต้องฮ้อนโพด
ตอนนี้เป็นโมเดลใช่ไหม
ครับ
Is there any like positives being like a model?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, being a model like, has opened so many doors up for me, opportunity-wise, that I'm able to do the things that I do and also meet great people like yourselves or even around the world, you know. Some jobs I've worked in and I'm just sat there like, oh my God, I'm working with you. So it's like, it's crazy, you know. I've met some really famous people in the modeling industry. I've managed to put my foot in places I'd never imagined. So that's what I got famous from, right? Doing a modeling shoot for Burberry. I was actually the first ever Isaan model, Thai model to model for Burberry, and that's why it went so viral in Thailand. เอาคนอีสานเด้อเอาเป็นคนไทยเด้อคนอีสาน because people think Thai and Isaan are two different races. You know, he's dark skinned and he can do it. So yeah, that's what made me go global. But yeah, like, the positives of doing modeling is it opens many opportunities. It makes you meet some great people. The networking is unbelievable, and also they give you free drinks as well when you go to some bars.
พี่แจ็คก็มี follower คนเยอะเป็นคนไทยแล้วก็คนลาวด้วยใช่ไหม อยากพูดอะไรไหมครับ
คนไทยกับคนลาวขอบอกดีสิเด้อขอบคุณครับหลายๆเด้อจะรู้ว่าคน support ข่อยหลายๆนี่ I just want to say thank you to all the Thai and all the Lao people and all the Asian people. I want to say thank you to everyone actually for following me and supporting me along the way. To me, I feel like it's just the beginning. Hopefully we can achieve a lot more and do a lot more. ขอบคุณครับหลายๆ
Have you got any advice for the Thai and Lao people watching?
Yeah, you listen, doesn't matter where you come from, because like I said, I come from a small village. We used to collect rainwater just to shower, and we used to fish for our own food. We lived without electricity. We used to walk 1 hour down the road just to go watch TV at my friend's house. So it doesn't matter what circumstances you are in life, doesn't matter what you have, doesn't matter if you grow up poor, grow up rich. If you want to do something, if you want to be something with yourself, just believe in yourself and you can achieve it. And I always say pray as well. Praying helps me a lot.
Cheers. Thanks so much.
ขอบคุณครับ Mike